everyone. I'm Aurora Newton.
And I'm Angie Bailey.
And this is Ask the A-Team. So first let us say Happy Good Friday.
Yes.
Happy Easter weekend.
Yes.
This is exciting, right?
Yeah.
This is exciting because this is the time that we truly became grafted or adopted into God's family through Christ.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And so you have some special news about that, don't you?
I have some friends that I went to Bible college with, and they have a heart to of adoption, of just making sure that every orphan belongs in a family. And so they actually sold these T-shirts to raise funds.
We bought one.
Yes, it's an amazing T-shirt. It's fun. To raise funds because they found a young girl that was in the Ukraine, and she has some health issues and was born with the growth that they're going to be able to have surgery and everything once she comes over here. So they got her this week. It's been a very, very long process for them going through, the Ukrainian government and all of the red tape. You think there's a lot here. And then the cost of they have to go over there every single time they do anything. They have to be there physically.
And sometimes you have a certain amount of time you have to stay.
Yes.
Which is costly.
Yes. And so this time they just got her this past week. She is their daughter.
So good.
They changed her name. It's just such a beautiful story. I cry when I think about just everything that means and how Jesus did that for us, that our Father did that for us as well. And they changed her name. She is a part of their family now. And they got her, and then they had to come home without her, and they have to go back in 3 weeks to get her. All that red tape and all those steps they need to walk in. But isn't that what Jesus did for us?
You know what, Ange? It is so what he did for us.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, as you were talking about that, it was bringing back all these memories of when I actually took my younger son, he was 12 at the time, to China, to a special needs foster care home.
Yeah.
And just the children in there that needed surgeries and things, but the families that came alongside them. And we would watch after we got back through Facebook to see what children would get adopted. And just all of that came flooding back into me. And what a special time that was. But I'll tell you, there was a special moment that in all of that, which so much of it was. But my son and I had been praying for one of the little boys there that needed cochlear implants. And when we got to the house, the homes, there were actually multiple homes. We went in to go into school that day, into the preschool where this little boy was. And they said that this circle over here is his special place because he can't hear. So many times, he just sees kids talking and
and doesn't see
he doesn't hear anything, and so it's really hard. So they made him a special place, and nobody's allowed in that circle unless he invites them in. And so we were doing things and busying ourselves, and I didn't see where my son went, and I was looking around for him, and I see him over in the circle with this little boy, and he has his hands over the little boy's ears, and he's praying for that little boy. And do you know, that afternoon in that home we went over to visit, for the very first time, that little boy had hearing. He started making noises at the TV, and he had hearing. So people, I share this story not only because it is something that I remember near and dear to my heart, something that you can use as a principle to pray. God moves mountains. But also, if you're thinking about adopting and a child has a special need, don't feel like it's insurmountable. Not only has God given us, medicine and surgery to help us, but he can move a very mountain that you think will stop you.
Yeah. And I talk to so many people so often because Jason and I plan adoption in our family planning. I talk to people all the time that will either discourage because they've had a bad experience or things like that. And it's like, the enemy just steals so much from us. James tells us that religion in its purest form is to love and to take care of widows and orphans. And it's like the enemy wants to destroy that. And it's like, listen, if we don't, as the church,
Rise
this
up. That's right.
for orphans, and if we don't take care of the lowest of the lows, what society feels has nothing, if we don't take care of them, then who are we as the church? Because there would be no church unless Jesus did that for every single one of us, and we were all orphaned.
That's right. And you know what? That's the enemy's job. He came to rob, kill, destroy, and steal every good thing that God had planned for us.
Yeah.
And you know what? Over in other countries, when you said the lowest of the lows, that's how special needs children are looked at in other countries. And I won't speak of the particular country, but it was in Asia. Those kids are literally abandoned.
Yeah, they are.
They find them on the doorstep sometimes because the parents' heart is that they wouldn't just, let them die,
Yeah.
but they can't have them in their home
Yes.
because they're only allowed so much.
Yeah.
And so God will take care. Don't let the enemy rob, kill, destroy, and steal something like that God put in your heart that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I
absolutely.
champion that with you, girl.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I will be one of your most avid supporters.
Yeah. Listen, the church is the answer to
It
our
is.
orphan
You're the
crisis
answer.
that we have
Yeah.
in our world, in our country, in our world, and beyond, beyond our own country. We are the answer.
We are the answer.
We are the answer because Jesus was the answer for us.
Yes.
That's just what we do, guys. That's just what we do. So I just break off every fear that you would have about exploring that. I just heard of another family today that is breaking through those fears,
Yes,
and they're
we're
just
so proud of
going
you.
for it.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. And just if you've ever felt a call, just explore it.
Right.
Just check it out, and don't let the enemy lie to you. Don't let the. Is it going to be easy? No, it's probably going to be
The best
really
things
hard.
in life aren't
They're
easy
not
at
my,
first.
My biological children. Hardest things that I've done in my life is parenting.
That's
But
greatest
it's
joy.
the best thing I've ever done too. So I'm sure just like Jesus, right? The
Yes,
hardest
I
thing
know.
I ever did was die on the cross, but it's the best
It's
thing
the
I ever
best
did.
thing,
Right?
yes.
That because he gained us, and that is kingdom. That is kingdom.
And you know what? If you are somebody that's saying, because we talked about this with me, like, I love kids, and I love my grandbaby, and I love your kids. I love kids, but I don't feel like we're in a season where taking on another child in their home might be the right choice. You can support other people.
Yes.
They need money. They
Yes.
need resources.
Yes.
They need prayer. So
Yeah.
if you don't feel like you're somebody that can actually adopt, then support somebody who is.
Yeah, absolutely. Do
Yeah.
you know that you can go through the classes, like the foster? They have classes that you can go through
Yes.
just to be a babysitter for somebody else who's doing it. Because I've heard
I
stories.
didn't know that.
Yes,
That's
yes, you have to
awesome.
be like foster families can't just leave, the foster children with any
That
babysitter
is
that
so
they
good.
want to. But there's things that you can do. Churches, you can do this. They can come. You can have like a family, a foster care family night. Sometimes some of these parents, all they need to do is go grocery shopping because they have like 6 kids, and it's like, it's hard with 2 that I have. So, or they need a date night, or they just need
an hour to
and,
themselves.
And so come together and organize something that the church is the answer to the orphan problem, whether you're taking one on yourself or many, or, a family or siblings or anything like that, or you're just supportive. Meals when they have an emergency case come in, these children come with no clothing, giving them things that are age appropriate,
furniture. I mean, the list goes on and on.
On and on and on and on. And how many of us have stuff like that?
Oh my gosh, abundance
That you can
of stuff like that.
I've given most of mine away already, but a lot of us, every time I see a shout out on social media within our own church body, somebody needing something, it's like before
Let's
you know it,
share
they
it.
have 10, and they're like, okay, thank you guys, but this need's already been met, and that's what we can do as a church.
Yeah. So as you go into this Easter weekend, just remember, we are adopted into Christ's family.
Yes.
Yeah, we have been adopted. That's why he came. That's why he gave it all, so that we could have a family.
Mm-hmm.
Support those around you that may not have a family.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We love you guys.
We love you guys.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. If this has helped you in any way, please like or share, and don't forget to follow Ask the A Team.
Bye.
Bye.